Storm.
Welcome.
You can take this one. Welcome back to the Stormwater Creek podcast, episode 46 here.
Wow.
We are joined Abe and Brandon
Yep.
from Dallas, and then we've got Corey and Austin from Take 'em Waterfowl, who are our special guests this week. Talk about ducks. What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good, man. It's not bad for getting started. In this time of the year, you know, we're here in Texas. What are we at? 11 days away from duck season.
Yep.
It's getting close.
It is getting close. I feel bad. I see all these people out duck hunting. I'm like, man, I want to go so bad. So.
Oh, I know it.
What do you guys have on tap for ducks this year?
What was that?
What do you guys got going on for duck hunting this year? Any special hunts coming up?
We've got a hunt in January with a country singer named Josh Phillips. We met him through Instagram, and we connected and talked. And we're going to do a hunt in Arkansas with Corey and myself, and probably a few others. But we've got some good spots lined up, man. It's going to be a good hunt. We also have a giveaway we're doing on our Instagram. You can follow us at Take 'em Falco. And we're doing a giveaway on there at 4,000 followers. It's a free hunt. We're covering everything except transportation and the duck stamp. But lodging, food, you name it, everything except the lodging and duck stamp. We just got to get to 4,000 followers, and we've got properties lined up all throughout Arkansas. And if you know Arkansas, I mean, it's the duck capital of the United States, and they're there. They're there.
Yeah,
they're already here.
They're already there, huh?
Yeah.
Because Corey, you're up there.
There.
So you got a bunch of ducks running around up there, huh?
Yeah, I actually been filming the last probably week and a half, and I went down yesterday or day before yesterday, and I filmed one field, and I say there's a good probably 50,000-60,000 in just one field.
Oh my God, 50 or 60,000! I saw 4 this weekend and was like, man, that's awesome. I mean, we saw a bunch of extra other ducks, but not 50 or 60,000. You know, that's insane.
No, I do a lot of
we do that all the time here.
I do a lot of duck hunting, and when I'm driving down the road or somewhere and I see like 3 or 4, I get excited.
Oh man, right? I live over here on the east side of Dallas, near Lake Ray Hubbard. So I get ducks coming through here a bunch, and it's just like, man, if I see them, I got some in my yard sometimes that are hanging out. I'm like, oh my God, you guys better be glad I can't shoot a shotgun in my front yard. You know.
Yeah.
So
last year when I went up to Arkansas to hunt with Corey, on the way there, we were going down a 1-lane road on both sides. It was nothing but ducks and geese, and I mean it was covered. We drove past one field and we stopped and got out and took pictures and a couple videos, and I mean you couldn't even see the grass. It was just covered.
Oh
it's
my
ridiculous.
God.
Oh my God.
That sounds awesome. We're excited. We're hoping we get some good duck numbers down here this year. It's been pretty light the last couple years, you know, at least around where we hunt. But hopefully, we're going to try to explore out and see some different areas because we got a flat bottom john boat this year that we're looking forward to taking out on the water and seeing if we can get to some new spots that are a little harder to reach than some of the places we've been going. So
that makes it fun, man.
Yeah. So, Take 'em Falco. Tell me a little bit about like where did you guys get started? What is it that you guys do, and just kind of lay the whole thing out.
So, Take 'em Falco kind of accidentally started. I've been hunting with the same group of guys. You know, we've lost a few and gained a few over the years, but for the most part, I've been hunting with the same group of guys for about 8 years, and we go out every season. We've got our opening morning rituals. We go to the same spot, but my wife has an embroidery business, and my buddy was like, "Man, you should make up some hats." And so I kind of thought about it a little bit. I was like, "Yeah, that'd be a good idea, but I don't know what I'd put on them, And one of my buddies was like, "Well, everybody's got their saying when the ducks come in and it's for time to shoot. Well, mine was take 'em. Every time I said something, it was take 'em." And he was like, "Well, why don't you just use that?" So at first it was just going to be take 'em, and I made a hat, and I didn't really like it, but so we came up with Take 'em Falco, and my buddy, most of my buddies work out of town, so they're always wearing the hats, and people are asking about them. One of my buddies in Fort Worth asked for like a dozen of them, and he took them up to a shop, a local hunting shop up there, and they wanted to sell our hats, and I was like, well, maybe there's something here, and it kind of just went from there, man. We've been around 2 years. In December it'll be 2 years, and a business takes a while to grow, but especially when it's a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
So duck hunting is a seasonal thing, and at first, it was kind of slow. Our Instagram was slow, and I know one day I woke up, I had followers, just hundreds of followers each day, and it kind of slowed down after season, but I'm thankful for what it's doing now. It's crazy. It's just something that kind of didn't even mean to happen, and it's a passion of mine and a passion of Corey's, and we're hoping, one day maybe we can do this for a living. And at the rate it's going, I think it could happen. It's pretty awesome, owning. First of all, owning your own business. I've owned a few businesses over the years, but it wasn't something I was passionate about. And,
Yeah.
I've been hunting my entire life. I started duck hunting about 10 years ago, but I deer hunt, hog hunt, turkey hunt my entire life since I could pull a bow back. And the second I had a buddy introduced me to it, and I went out there with him, and this is how I tell it to everybody, man. It's like I don't do drugs, but it's like doing drugs. The first time I pulled that trigger, I was just addicted to it. And I've been so involved in this company and into duck hunting especially the past 2 to 3 years, that I haven't been deer hunting in 2 years. I hadn't shot a deer. I've shot a few hogs here and there, but I just eat it up. It's totally different than deer hunting,
Absolutely.
You can go out there with a group of buddies, have a great time. Not that I don't love. I absolutely love to deer hunt.
Sure.
But it's just something different, It's the adrenaline is. I guess I'm an adrenaline junkie, and it just pumps me up.
No doubt. I completely agree with you. I love to deer hunt. That's my thing, right? And it's just something different about duck hunting that you go out to, and it's not even like dove hunting or something like that. Like dove hunting, I like a lot because you can it's very social. You can hang out, you can talk. You kind of just have to watch for birds and then sit still when the birds are coming, and then you're good to go. When it's time to yell, take them. It's time to take them, right? So. Corey, what about you? Where did you what's kind of your history, man?
Man, I started out. I'm about like Austin. I've actually ran 2 or 3 other companies, and me and Austin met up. What was it, about 2 years ago, Austin? 3 years?
Yeah, it was right at the beginning of Take 'em Falco.
Yeah, it was right at the beginning of it. Anyways, me and him met up, and we actually become pretty good buddies. But I got introduced to duck hunting from my dad, which I started about 4, and which, if you know Arkansas, that's about all people do around here is duck hunting.
Yeah.
And I've been duck hunting. Well, I've been duck hunting my whole life, man. It's like Austin said, it's a drug. I don't care what anybody said. It's better than any drug, any alcohol you ever do in your entire life.
Absolutely.
I deer hunt. Don't get me wrong, I deer hunt, but I deer hunt till the first day of duck season. Then it's over.
Then it's done, huh?
But yeah, I'm a full-blooded duck killer. That's what I am. I grew up around it. I lived it. That's what I know right there. If you want to go check my DNA, I guarantee you it has green heads in it. And like I said, Austin, he's got a great thing going with Taking Falco, and he brought me in to help him out, and we got some great people.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great stuff going on right now, a lot of big stuff going on.
Yeah, tell me a little bit more about this 4K giveaway. So, it seems like there's a bunch of stuff you guys are doing around that. For the, as soon as you get to so the 4K giveaway. Talk to me a little bit about that. What's the whole deal with that?
Okay, the 4K giveaway. Go ahead. I'll let Austin tell you.
So ever since I started this company, I've always done giveaways. That's just part of really starting a company. Advertisement is everything. Word of mouth is everything. I've given hats out. I've given calls out. I mean, you name it. I've given it. And I'm all about giving. And especially when it comes to duck hunting, man. Like, usually, most companies don't give away a hunt.
No.
At this low of a following, I'm only at 4,000 followers, but my insight on my page, on the business page, there's a lot more than 4,000 people looking at it, and I just wanted to give away a hunt. I'm so addicted to duck hunting, and I want to share that, especially in Arkansas. That's why we're doing it in Arkansas. So I'm from Texas, but I duck hunt in Arkansas, and I've duck hunted in several states. But I wanted to do this 4K giveaway in Arkansas for one. So you never know how it's going to go, but if it goes like we want it to, it'll be a hunt of a lifetime. I mean, we've got spots up there. We've countless public land spots, and we've been working on some private spots to take people on this year. And you can ask all my buddies, man. My buddy said the other night, he said, if Austin is coming duck hunting with us, he's going to bring about 4 or 5 people. And I always do, because I like to share that with people. So that's why I'm doing this giveaway, man. If you it's easy to enter. All you got to do is go to the link in our bio and click on the link. It'll take you to our website. It's so simple. Every $5 you spend will get you 1 entry. Our hats are very reasonable price. They're not marked up high like a lot of people mark their hats up. You go into a store, you're going to spend $25 to $28 just for a hat. Our hats are $22. Some of them are even cheaper than that. All you got to do is just go in there, buy a hat, buy a shirt. We just released some shirts. We're working on a lot more products. We've got some duck calls. So every $5 you spend will get you 1 entry. And if you go in there and buy a hat and a shirt, there's an easy 10 entries right there. And then when we do the drawing, you got 10 or more entries in the hat, and that'll give you that. It's like winning it's like the lottery, It's your odds aren't as high as the lottery, but you buy more numbers, you got more chances. All it takes is that one.
Yeah, that's I feel like I would turn in the sickness of duck hunting would have turned into a. It would have been real bad if had I won that $1 billion.
Oh
'Cause
man, yeah. Oh, goodness.
can you imagine?
Yeah,
Like-
I don't do a lot of math, but 50,000 birds divided by 5 or 6 people. You guys, this is gonna be an exciting hunt. It sounds like.
Y'all don't even know.
Yeah. And the hunt is for 2 people. So if you say Corey goes on there and he buys a hat or 2 hats or a hat and a shirt or whatever, he can bring one of y'all, and that the second person didn't even have to buy anything, and we're doing a morning and an evening hunt. We're covering all the food, the hotel. We're cleaning all the birds. We're going to send you home with a few of our items that we sell on our website.
Oh, wow.
Both of them, both the winner and whoever they bring. All you have to do is cover your transportation to Arkansas and back home and your duck stamp. And we're more than welcome to help with both of those, lining those out, especially the duck stamp. But, I mean, I haven't really done an estimated value, but, I mean, if you go up to Arkansas and you get a guided hunting trip, you're going to pay anywhere from $200 to, $400 a person. And that's
the basic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like
that's the basic.
entry level.
most of the time that's not even covering lodging. So we're going to cover lodging for you. We're going to pick you up and take you out there. You won't have to do nothing. All you have to do is get in a blind or get in a tree, wherever. We haven't really picked a spot for it yet, but we're waiting until it gets closer. That way we know where the birds are. And
Absolutely.
all you have to do is bring your gun and, be ready to shoot, because they're going to be there.
Man, that sounds awesome. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, give me a couple of hats while you're in there.
We'll definitely
I mean,
get in there. So, well, man, I think that's gonna be awesome. And so, when is that? That's gonna happen. You're gonna do the drawing after you've gotten, as soon as you get to 4,000 followers.
Yeah. So as soon as we get to 4,000 followers, I always use a generator on my computer
Mm-hmm.
to pick the numbers. It's just a lot easier, I go live when I do it, so so nobody thinks we're cheating or anything.
Sure.
And I mean, it's going to be a good hunt. I suggest everybody go on there, and not just to go buy our product, because I mean, that's at the end of the day, I'm not even worried about that. It's the hunt. I mean, it's going to be a once in a lifetime hunt. If you haven't been to Arkansas to duck hunt, I highly, highly suggest you go and enter this giveaway.
Yeah, I think I know the Stormwater Creek crew is definitely in and super excited about our chances at maybe winning. So everybody's welcome. Who knows?
Yeah, like you said, it's like at a it's at a low threshold, so there's probably not many competitions you can get into like that have that good a chance. So
For that good of a prize,
right,
So
Well, I'm gonna add this on top of what Austin just said about here in Arkansas. I talked to a guy the other day. He's not even 15 minutes from me. I talked to him the other day, and I asked him. I said, "What do you charge for people coming in and hunting with you?" This is his exact words. I charge $500 per bird.
Oh, my God.
So if you can get in on this giveaway for a free hunt to hunt here, I don't see what's stopping you.
Exactly. And then when we get back to camp, we're going to be cleaning your ducks for you while you're eating breakfast. So
I don't think it gets better than that. Cleaning ducks and eating breakfast.
Next thing you're gonna say, there's a couple of ladies that'll be there waiting for you, and
who knows, right?
It's gonna be an awesome hunt. I'm excited. I do a lot of duck hunting, and I hunt in Arkansas, but I mean, last year we did a hunt last year in Arkansas. Me and Corey. I brought my dad, my little cousin. I took this little 15-year-old boy. I take him hunting every year. His family doesn't really duck hunt; they deer hunt. But I took all of them up there. It was about 4 or 5 of us, and we were hunting in a little slough. It had a few trees in there, and we were walking on every bit of 6 inches of ice. And it was incredible. It was incredible. And this year, we're going to plan the hunt to where there's no ice. We don't have to break ice, and so it'll be more enjoyable.
Yeah, breaking ice could be a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And I know we don't know a lot about the whole ice breaking here in Texas. I've probably broke ice maybe 3 times, in the last 10 years that I've duck hunted. But it doesn't get that cold down here.
No.
I've jumped up and down on the front of a boat and still never broke ice.
Good night.
Golly.
I've definitely never had to.
So
I've never seen ice that
I've
thick.
been in some cold weather. I've been in some boat rides that was like -1,
Ugh.
-2, but boat ride. So.
Oh man.
Boy, it gets 20 degrees here. It's cold.
Dude, absolutely. I'm like, I don't know what to do. How does anybody live in Montana? Where it's -70. Ugh.
Oh yeah, but from my experience, man, on that hunt, it was cold. It was a little misty outside, and it didn't let up. The weather did not let up one bit. And I'm just gonna throw this out here. I wear breathable waders from our partners at Gator Waders, and they're not insulated. And I had a pair of I've got some wader pants that have some straps on the heel, and I was wearing that, my waders and a jacket. And I don't know how I was not freezing, but I guess it was the adrenaline. My adrenaline, I didn't get cold one bit, even standing on the ice.
Wow.
In the ice, it got crazy. It got real crazy up there.
Yeah, it was cold. There was a lot of birds that day. Actually, there was a ton of birds, but it's hard to work birds on ice.
Yeah, it's hard to get them to land when it's ice skating.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be a horrible Emilio Estevez Mighty Ducks joke there, but man, that's awesome. I think it's gonna be a great giveaway. I can't wait to see and watch that whole thing live. If you're not already, obviously go out and check it out. Take 'em Falco at Take 'em Falco for on all the social media, I'm sure, and check out their website. And you guys are awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing that giveaway. So as far as just kind of your hunting season, what do you guys? Just hunt in Arkansas? Any plans to hunt? You guys hunt around Texas at all, or?
Yeah, so I hunt a lot. Majority of my hunting is in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I started, I've had opportunities to hunt public land, but I don't know. A lot of people say that, public land it's not as much work because it's already there. You don't have to keep up the holes and flood your holes or plant and crop and do all that and flood it, cut it down and flood it. But I've hunted some spots where I didn't have to do anything. And but my thing, I do a lot of 90% of my hunting is public land. I'm a huge public land hunter, and I hunt down in the Gulf about 2-3 times a year. But majority of my hunting's here in East Texas, and it's a lot of walking. Most of the places you can't get a side by side or a four wheeler or your truck down there. It's a lot of work just to keep up. Like I said earlier, I take several people with me every time I go, just to get them out there and introduce people to it and stuff. But I do a lot of public land hunting.
Same here.
I hunt with Corey a couple of times a year. This year we'll be doing a lot more hunting in Arkansas. I'm gonna try to drag him down here to hunt with me in Texas, but I don't.
You know,
if
I'm
I lived
coming.
in Arkansas. If I lived in Arkansas, I would be in his shoes. I wouldn't want to leave. But
It'd be hard to take a weekend to go back to the place where there's like
Yeah.
5 ducks
Right.
and not 50,000.
yeah.
Well,
Good hole.
Austin came in.
Go ahead.
Are you there? Oh, Austin came in last year to do that hunt with us here in Arkansas, and I was wanting to throw this in here. Yeah, we shot 1 or 2 birds, 3 birds the whole time he was here. And ice, weather, everything was against us when he was here.
Yeah.
The day he left, it warmed up on us. We got a little warm front come through. It warmed up, melted all the ice. We went right back to the same exact place, and we killed 7 limits by 8 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I kind of got the short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah.
But and I'm not saying that bad about Austin. What I'm saying is that right there shows you what Arkansas is about.
Yeah.
It could be horrible one day, but the very next day,
It's
you
bad.
better have your boots strapped up right because it's just to get right.
Yeah. That's for sure.
That's how it is here in Arkansas. And that's how it is in a lot of other states also. I know Oklahoma and Kansas are they're the same way. I've been on hunts here myself, and I showed Austin. I've told Austin about it 10,000 times. He's probably tired of me talking about it. But I've been on hunts here in Arkansas here in the last 3 or 4 years. We killed 75 birds by 8 o'clock every morning for 3 days in a row.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
All mallards.
Oh, man. Yeah, we need to come. We need to hang out. we need
So
to.
Arkansas, like I said, Arkansas is a prime duck hunting area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the motherland, the mecca for duck hunting.
For sure.
Yeah,
sure.
we
But
do a lot.
that's why we're doing, and that comes back to why we're doing this giveaway. We want someone to have the experience like we have.
Mm-hmm.
And if someone can have that experience and they never get to do it again the rest of their life, never get to come back to Arkansas and hunt, they can always say, hey, I got to go take them Falco and go in and smash some birds in Arkansas.
Mm.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people that's never going to get that chance to come in to hunt, give them that chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's awesome. I think duck hunting is one of those things where you could definitely get somebody in. Like, anytime I have somebody who I talk to who's like, man, I've always thought about hunting. I've always thought it'd be cool. We may be talking about deer hunting, but I'm like, hey, let's go bird hunting. That'll set the hook in you harder than anything else, I think. Because if you go out there, then I think it's an easier learning curve for a person to come out because you can, you don't have to, you can kind of just go out and see birds a lot of times. And even if you don't kill anything, you're like, okay, well, I think I can turn the corner here relatively quickly compared to something like deer hunting on public land or, trying to get onto a lease and trying to get all that whole, that's a lot of work and that's a lot of stuff to learn right off the bat. But I feel like duck hunting is pretty low ceiling for entry for people to kind of get into, kids to get into, and have some success right off the bat. So I think that's awesome. You guys are taking new people out there.
Absolutely.
So
And that's one thing. That's one thing that I've actually ran into right there is people go one time and they see, I don't see why they come out here in this cold weather and do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also took people that's never been duck hunting before for their very first time, and they go down there and kill birds, and they're still addicted to it today. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. If you ever get that opportunity, hey, I know for a fact I'm going to get in there and shoot some birds. Go do it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun, and they're so good. That's the thing. They're good to eat.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
You got to be able to cook them right, though.
Yeah. So
I've had some very bad duck.
yeah.
Flying sirloin steak. That's it.
Flying sirloin steak. Well, what is your so on that topic? What is kind of your what's your favorite recipe? How do you like to cook duck? If the old adage, if you could have it one way, how would you have it? What would be the way you'd use it to cook?
So I've cooked it several different ways. But I would say my favorite would be like duck poppers. You know, get your jalapeno, some cream cheese, slap a duck on there, wrap it in bacon, put it on the grill. That would be my favorite. But I've also chicken fried it, and it's very good.
Okay. What about you, Corey? What's your favorite way to eat ducks?
Well, I'm fixing to blank out the country in me. I like just straight up fried duck, mashed potatoes, biscuits, fried squash, and that's it. I'm telling you, that's number one meal right there.
That sounds good.
You can't beat that meal right there.
No, that's.
Hey, and if his wife is cooking it, you know it's gonna be good.
It's even better, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, if my wife cooks, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love it. Austin, and his dad and brother and all them, they ate my wife's cooking last year. And I don't know what they thought about it because I never got an answer. But by the way they acted, it was pretty daggum good.
Yeah, you can always tell. Words when it comes to food, words can mean less than actions. If everybody eats everything and doesn't talk a lot, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't no leftovers.
Well, we've ventured out into we really like we started doing duck pastrami last year, and that's awesome. If you ever get a chance to make some pastrami out of ducks, it is so good, and I'm looking forward to doing a couple duck pastrami breasts this year for sure. But I think I'm gonna have to give the fried duck a try as well, and the duck poppers. That sounds pretty good, So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's multiple ways of cooking it. You just got to be able to, like, a lot of people don't like duck because it's more game. It's a more gamey meat than most, like deer or hog or whatever.
Sure.
You just get, if you can, I'll give you a tip. This is how I do it. I soak my duck for, if I plan it out, and I have the time, I'll soak it in buttermilk for a few hours, if not overnight, and then I'll make it duck poppers or fried or whatever. And that does take a lot of game out of it. My in-laws, they're not real big they're not hunters. I introduced my wife to hunting and fishing, and but my in-laws, they might have tried deer and hog maybe a few times, but I introduced them to duck and hogs and deer, and they absolutely love it. You just got to get the gamey taste, especially if you're introducing it to somebody that's never eaten it before.
Yeah,
you just got to make it to where it's not gamey.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I'm gonna throw this out there. I want to throw this out there. If anybody on this giveaway, when y'all come in, whoever wins this giveaway, we're gonna have some of the best fried duck you've ever ate. Well, I will provide that myself. I will cook it myself.
Oh man, that sounds pretty awesome.
There we go.
So
there we go.
Yeah, it just got better,
Yeah.
So as far as like we're talking about new hunters. So one of the big things about our podcast that we really enjoy and kind of one of the major things we always like to do is try to help new people get into the sport, right? Taking them out, just providing content from people who have been in the field and done a bunch of hunting like you guys have. And so, just from each one of you guys, like what would be your number one, like, hey, I'm a brand new hunter. What's your tip? What are you saying to a brand new hunter who's going out and who's like, how do I even get started in this?
You said how do you get started?
Yeah, just like what if somebody came up to you, they were brand new, they never hunted before, and said, hey, what do I need to do to get started? How would you direct them out there?
I suggest buying a good pair of waders to start off with.
Agreed.
My first time, I not dogging. I'm not going to put any names out there, but I went and bought a cheap pair of waders, at Academy, and and it's sad to say, looking back, I used those waders for like 2 or 3 years, and they had upwards to like 7 or 8 holes in them.
Oh my God, that's
so
fun.
I would definitely. Oh, it was awful. I don't see how I did it. But I suggest going out and buying a good pair of gator waders. I mean, I suggest gator waders, but any type of waders. I mean, it's worth the money. Even if you don't, you go out there and you don't like it. I mean, you can sell them. But if you do get into it, I would, and you're gonna be happy you bought a good pair of waders.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, exactly.
And a shotgun, you got to have a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got two that I use throughout the season. I've got a Benelli, and I love it. It's a good gun. But, I always tell everybody, Old Faithful, that old 870.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that hunt with an 870, and, man, I've put mine through hell. I've used it as a paddle. I've used all kinds. Hey, I'm not kidding. I got stuck out on the lake one time, and my batteries died. I charged them overnight, but I guess they were just old batteries. And I didn't have a paddle. I had a paddle that night, but I don't know where it went. So I used my old 870, and it got us back to land. It took us about 4 hours, but we got there.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, if you ain't got an 870, you've not hunted. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's what
I have. Now, Austin can tell you about my gun, but I have one I won't never get rid of. I use it all the time. That's the only gun I ever use in my life. It's an 870 Wingmaster. This thing's got a 33-inch barrel on it. I actually got my nickname from this gun.
Okay.
And
I hadn't heard this.
Now, a lot of people haven't because I don't like to bring it up, but this gun has a 33-inch barrel on it, all-time full choke. Only chambers 2 3/4. That's it. We was out hunting, and we was hunting on a lake. Everything was froze up. The woods were froze up. The lake was the only thing was open. We beat and banged on ducks all morning long. We had a little old Drake. He come flying. He come over our back, and the wind is switched on us, and we wasn't paying attention. Anyways, he landed almost like 65, 70 yards. I had a guy on the right-hand side of me. He had a Benelli 3.5 inch, and I had other guy on the other side. I had an A5 3.5 inch. I didn't think I was going to shoot this duck. I was like, whatever. I didn't pick my gun up. They was all over it. Boom, 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 boom. They shot every shell in their gun. There was bullets going all over the duck. The duck was still flying. I raised up one time. Boom. That sucker did not flop one more time. He was dead. He was cold.
Full
about 60. It was about 65 yards. And ever since then, my nickname is 2 3/4.
2 3/4, huh?
That's
ever since then, the guys around here, they all call me 2 3/4.
It's pretty awesome. It's a good story there.
That's good.
I thought that was because you're hot, but okay.
I see what you're doing there,
yeah,
Austin,
I do shoot a lot. I'll tell you right now, this gun right here that I have, it has killed more greenheads than any gun that I have, my dad has, my brother has, my grandpa has, any gun that anybody ever shot. This has been passed down through generations.
Wow. This
gun has.
Wow.
From my great-grandpa all the way down to, me. And this gun has killed more ducks than I've ever. I can't tell you how many ducks I've shot with it. I'm 29 years old, and I've been hunting since I was 4, and I've killed a lot of birds.
Yeah.
But this gun has, it's old, it's raggedy, it rattles, but I'm telling you right now, it'll still outshoot any gun out there.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that matters.
I'm behind Remington 100% on that.
Yeah. I also shoot an 870 Wingmaster, and I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I agree with you. If you haven't used an 870,
the Wingmasters is where it's at. Now you can get Remington 870. They're good guns.
Yeah.
You can get the Remington 870 Magnums or whatever they're called. They're good guns. But I'm telling you, until you shoot a Wingmaster, you don't know what you got.
Yeah. Agreed. I love mine. That's for sure. The other guys on our podcast are big Stoger fans. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring that up, So, but they love them.
That's a good gun too.
Yeah, they're big fans. So waders, a gun. Kind of what's your decoy setup? How do you guys like decoys? How would what's your favorite kind of setup or set for decoys? How do you approach that whole name of the game?
My favorite. Now you're talking about favorite way to set decoys?
Yes, sir.
I'm a little different from people. Everybody has their own certain thing. Austin is going to say something totally different from what I'm about to say.
Sure.
I guarantee. I put $100 on it. If I'm hunting flooded timber, that's 90% of what I hunt here in Arkansas. If I hunt flooded timber, you don't even have to worry about that.
You don't even use them.
I've killed 13 limits on three decoys.
Okay.
You just don't. Now some people, they do it. They work it with the wind. Some people, they work it with the current. I've seen people work it with the current. That just don't make sense to me. But the reason they work it with the current is because the front of that duck is always going to turn into the current.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I'm hunting out in the field, say I'm hunting a rice field, right? I got the wind blowing in my back. That's where I always want my wind is blowing in my back. I do not ever want my wind blowing in my face because the ducks always come in with the wind. So come into the wind. I want the wind blowing in my back, and I'm probably my favorite. I put a big group, about 25, 30 on one end. On the other end, I put another big group, about 25 or 30, and I leave the middle open.
Okay.
I might drop a hen out in the middle. I might drop a hen decoy out in the middle, but that's it. I won't touch them. Other than that,
give them a good spot to come land on.
Do what?
Give them a good place to come in and land.
Yeah, you got to give them an opening.
Yeah, give them an opening. Yeah, that's what I'm doing out there. I'm leaving that middle open, and 90% of the time they're going to come into that opening.
Yeah.
If they don't come in that opening, they're getting shot in the air. But you're gonna have your ducks that's stubborn, just like anything else. You're gonna have your ducks. I've worked ducks for 30 minutes. You're gonna have your ducks that just don't want to do anything, don't want to cooperate, none whatsoever. But I've had ducks when I do that right there. I've had ducks break their necks to come in to that little spot, and they'll land right in the center. And that's why I put it there. I put it right in the center, right in front of me.
Exactly. Well, Austin, what's your kind of take?
A big part. Well, mine would, like Corey said, I like to work mine with the wind. So, depending on how the wind's set up, I'll set them up a different. So if the wind's coming out my back, I'll do exactly what Corey did. But sometimes I'll do a split where I'll put some on the left side, some on the right side. Sometimes I'll put them right in front of me, 15 to 25 yards out in front of me, to kind of. But you got to be hidden.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing that, if I'm doing like 15 to 25 yards in front of me, you got to be really hidden. But I want them in my face. Not that I can't shoot far, because I can shoot. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But I want them coming up in my face. I want to be able to see their eyeballs. My big thing is, hunting a lot of public land. You got a lot of. You might have some encounters with people out there hunting a hole right next to you, or on the other end of your hole. I want to get the duck as close to me as I can, to prevent sky blast, and that's my biggest pet peeve. I
can tell you the number one thing. This is the number one thing right here, and Austin's fixing to agree with what I'm about to say. I want to give you the number one thing that I try to do when I'm hunting public ground. When there's other people, other hunters, public ground, you're going to have other hunters. The number one thing is to make it the easiest for that bird to land.
Exactly.
If you make it the easiest for that bird to land, you will win every single time.
every single
That's
time.
That's the number one rule.
Okay.
90% of the time, if you're hunting a hole and you know there's a guy on the other end, your spread's not going to be the same. If you make it easier for that duck to get in there and make it like visual, and you know you're working your call, you're going to get the shot. You're going to get the shot before the other guy does. You just got to make it easier for that duck, make it more appealing, you know, be able to call to make it more appealing, to make the ducks look like they're, you know, like they're actual ducks.
So, do you recommend kind of motion for that, or or do you guys use a lot of like Mojo type stuff or jerk rigs?
Actually, illegal. Yeah, it's illegal to use that here in Arkansas unless you're hunting private.
Oh, you can't use a Mojo, huh? It's good to know.
You can't use any kind of battery-operated equipment whatsoever on public ground.
Huh.
So you can use a jerk rig.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use a jerk.
Yeah, but not a Mojo.
No.
Okay.
No battery powered, you know, it. But in Texas, you know, we can.
Yeah.
And if I do, most of the time I don't. You know, I honestly, I don't even own a Mojo, just because of the fact that, you know, they do help. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if somebody brings one, I'll use it. But
you're not going to Academy to buy $80 Mojo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's not even it. I don't care to own one. I don't use them hardly. But if I do, it's going to be early season to early to mid season. Late season, you know, them ducks are smart.
They've seen a bunch of Mojos.
They've seen it all at that point. So I'll use my fair share of decoys. You know, maybe 1 to 3 dozen decoys in early season, if that. Mid-season, I'll use like a dozen or 2, and late season, you know, I might throw like 6 out there, 3 to 6 decoys out there, because, you know, at this point they've seen it all. You know, these birds fly miles and miles to get down here to Texas, and by the time they're down here, you know, like I said, they've seen it all. So, but the big key in late season hunting for me, and from a lot of the older guys that I've hunted with, and you know, that I personally know, late season, if the birds are going to commit, they're going to commit. But if they're not, I mean, if you're good on a duck call, you can get the birds in there. You might fight with them for 20, 30 minutes. Like last year, we hunt in a hole, we call it Beaver Pond. I'm not going to tell you where it is because I don't want nobody going to my hole.
Sure.
But I can take I can take y'all there, but you gotta leave your phones in the truck.
That's fine.
And you're going in blindfolded.
Yeah.
Hey, I have done that.
I'll meet you in Tyler. Put this blindfold on.
I've done that more than once.
I had a guy go with me last year, and he's a big duck hunter, and he hunts with a lot of guys that are affiliated with Sitka, and I said, man, you got holes. He's going to Kansas here soon. I said, man, you got holes like crazy. I said, why do you want to come with me? He said, because, and this is his words. He said, I know what I'm doing. He invited me to come with him a couple of times with the Sitka guys, and I really haven't had the chance to. But I said, man, if I take you, I hate to do this, but you got to leave your phone in the truck, and I'm going to have to blindfold you. And I said, it's a long walk. It's like a quarter mile or half a mile walk. I mean, it's a good walk, but it's a good hole. It's hard to find. And, I mean, I listened to a few of y'all's podcasts, and y'all did a podcast with OnX.
Yeah.
And we're partnered with OnX.
Oh, yeah.
And I absolutely love that app. And I tell you, when I say I've been to this hole 1,000 times, I've been to this hole 1,000 times. And I got lost last year. I don't know how, but I got lost. So I pulled my phone up and I was like, oh, thank God. I pulled the OnX map up. I marked all my holes are marked on my phone. I always mark where my truck is, even if I've been to that hole like 1,000 times, like I said.
Yeah.
And thank God I did, because, we got back.
Exactly.
But, yeah, for sure, man.
I can tell you this much. If you don't want to be lost, don't come to Arkansas.
Oh, yeah?
I got some woods I can take you to. You will never find your way back up.
Oh, man.
And Austin knows what I'm talking about. I can tell. I go in. I've been hunting it since I was 4 years old, and man, I don't say I get lost, but I do get turned around.
You're just out scouting more duck holes.
Right.
Afterwards.
Exactly.
Right?
I went so deep into these woods that I found these ducks today. I told you we killed a 75 3 days in a row. I went so deep out in these woods. I guarantee you, we walked 5 miles to find these birds.
Ooh.
Wow.
And it's nothing but woods.
Wow.
No trails, no nothing, just woods.
Breaking
Flooded
brush.
timber about knee-deep water.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And like I said, I've walked these woods several times. More times than I can count. More times than y'all, probably all of us can count together. I've walked these woods and I still get turned around in them.
Yeah.
And that on X thing, it's on point. It'll bring you anywhere you need to go.
Yep.
It's awesome. We used it a bunch. We were in Oklahoma hunting this last weekend, and it's just the way you get in and out. If you're a public land hunter and you don't use Onyx, I don't understand how you're going to be a public land hunter very long.
Yeah.
You're going to get lost, and game warden's going to have to come find you. You know.
Exactly, and it's that it's the app's not just for I use it a lot to find just areas of water. Like I'll be driving down the road and see something attractive and it looks like it would hold ducks, and I'll get on there and I'll look it up. You can look up landowners. Mm-hmm. I've got 4 or 5 spots just from driving down the road, and pinpoint it, and I've contacted a guy, and I actually turned out I knew the guy. And I hunt there just from driving down the road and clicking on that, and it's a great app to use. That's another thing I suggest if you're a first time duck hunter. That's a good app to have, Onyx.
Yeah, I completely agree. Anybody who's listening to this podcast knows we're huge Onyx fans, and love those guys, and they just do good stuff, So
yeah, for sure.
Well, what do you guys are ducks already opened up for you up in Arkansas, Corey?
Do what now? Say it again.
Has duck season already started for you up there in Arkansas, or are you a couple weeks?
No, duck season here in Arkansas starts on November 17th, which is 3 weeks out right now.
Okay.
Our deer season, we start. The youth hunt actually comes in next week, or this coming up weekend, and then the week after that, we have our opening rifle season, and then about give or take about a week and a half, 2 weeks, duck season to kick in.
Oh wow!
But once we kick in, it's grind time here in Arkansas.
Yep.
No,
and if
no days off.
If y'all, it's no days off whatsoever. And if you know what I'm talking about, which Austin does, if you come to Arkansas, opening morning of duck season, well, I say opening morning, but since I hunt so much, I see it all the time. But if you come down here to where I live at right now in Arkansas on opening morning, I guarantee you're going to see something you ain't never seen before in your life. There is more boats and trucks than you will ever see in one area.
I forgot. Was that a video on the pro staff thing, or on somebody's Instagram I saw that was just like a opening day of Arkansas, all those dudes in those boats just like crashing into each other.
That was in my hometown.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
it's
insane.
Very dangerous. Now I want to get on that point while we're kind of brought that up. And I'm just going to I'm my own kind of person, but I'm going to be blunt about this. And I hope a lot of people hear what I'm fixing to say, because this is one thing that irks me more than anything. I'm a very responsible, safe hunter. I've had one ticket my whole entire life, and that's because I forgot to buy a fishing license. Well, I had one, but it went out, and I forgot to get the other one. I've never broke a law. Well, I'd say I never broke a law. There ain't nobody going to say that. There ain't nobody going to say that. But what I'm saying is I keep myself straight.
Sure, exactly.
I like to hunt. Why do I want to mess it up?
You're not doing anything stupid out in the woods.
All right, this is where I'm getting to. If you come to Arkansas and you want a boat race, yes, that's fine. You can boat race. But I guarantee you're not going to see me there.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that, because it is very, very dangerous. I have seen people literally die in the woods that I hunt in.
Yeah,
because of boat racing.
It seemed ridiculous, like just everybody calm down, like.
Yes.
Like,
opening morning now, Austin. What y'all just brought up right there, the opening morning Arkansas hunt. Y'all seen it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But until you're there and see it with your own eyes, I'm telling you, dude, it will throw. It'll send just the sound of that will send chills up your back.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
I sat there opening morning a couple of years ago. It was opening morning. I sat there and watched over 300 boats take off at one time racing.
God.
And the trails that they're going through and racing through, you can barely fit one boat through.
Yeah, and you got 8 stacked up. That's incredible.
And people around here, and I'm not saying nothing bad about Arkansas hunters, because I got a bunch of buddies that I hunt with. There's a bunch of good guys around here. Even when they ain't duck hunting, they might be retarded down there, but when they're up here hunting or talking to me, they're good people. But when it gets to that line where you are literally you're pushing other boats into the woods, and wrecking them on purpose to get a duck hole, that you went too far. That's when you need to quit duck hunting.
Yeah,
You're taking it way overboard. You're going to get someone hurt or yourself hurt. And I think, my honest opinion, I hope they outlaw it. I know they have a lot of places around here. I hope they outlaw it, and I hope the person that gets caught doing that, I hope they get their license taken. I really do.
I mean, it just seems
because it's. Now, I've been in boat races. Don't get me wrong. I'm Arkansas. I was young and I was dumb. After I see everything now, since I've grown up, and man, I'm married and got 3 kids.
Yeah.
But I've grown up now, and I look back at my life, and I've seen the stuff that I've done. If I was my mom, I would have slapped me in the mouth. Because of some of the stuff that I went through to just kill a duck, man. I went through a boat race one morning. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went straight up a tree.
Oh my God!
We hit this tree head on, and because we was racing somebody, we're running, and this is gonna blow people's mind here. I watched boats run this area I'm talking about at 60 plus miles an hour.
Oh!
Never let up. I've done it myself. It's very dangerous. It's very unresponsible, and if you want to do that, all I got to say is just don't come hunt with me, because it's not going to happen.
Stay away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to be straight honest with you. I stay safe, and I keep the people I hunt with safe, or I won't take it.
We'll get you to a hole and smash some birds and get you back safe and sound.
Which is more important. The thing you want to do is get back home. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can tell you this.
We're all addicted to it, but nothing's worse than your life.
Hell no.
Exactly. No, and I can tell you this. Anyway, I can tell you this straight up. I have, and Austin said the same. Austin just said it. We can still get you to the hole and smash ducks. Exactly. And the reason I say that is because I sat behind this boat race. I watched them take off. They went and done their thing. I stay out of the boat race. They went and done their thing. Man, I just pity-pat on back there to my hole, and I straight up killed them. Yeah. Got back to the boat ramp. All them guys I've seen racing are sitting up for maybe 1 or 2 birds. They did all of that for 1 or 2 birds when I just 5 miles an hour back there to my hole, set up, didn't get in no hurry, had fun, talking to all my buddies, had a good time, and we smashed the birds. So the racing, there's no sense in it. I know there's good holes out there. Yeah, everybody knows that. Just because you don't get one good hole don't mean there's not another one out there.
Exactly. I think it's a great point. So.
But sorry, I had to rant for a second. But that's one thing that irks me more than anything right there. I cannot stand that boat race because and the reason I can't stand it. This is the reason, and I'll be quiet. I promise. We went down here the year before last. I'm not going to say any names, but I will say this: it's some pro staff for some pretty big guys. That's all I'm going to say. I will not say no names, but I pulled a 7-year-old off of a bow of a boat that was sinking with my boat. The dad was standing up to his mouth in water, had his head looking straight up, keeping where he can breathe, and he was trying to keep his son from. He was holding the boat where the boat wouldn't flip over and the son wouldn't get wet.
Oh my God!
Because of this right here, because of this boat races.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy that done it, I'm not going to say no names, but the guy that done it, I do not want to ever hunt around him. I won't ever hunt around him. If I see him in this area, I'm leaving. I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah.
And he ruined. He's putting a bad name for that company is what he's doing. And I'm not going to say no names. Like I said, I'm keeping that to myself.
Sure.
But when I got to pull a 7-year-old off of a bow of a boat, it could be that boy's first hunt. You never know. You just run duck hunting for that kid.
Yeah, he's terrified now.
For sure.
But I pulled up. I was driving my boat, and I pulled up to his boat. He jumped down in my boat, and his dad grabbed the hold of the front of my boat, and I just put it in reverse and backed out. Luckily, where they sunk at, it wasn't 20 yards from the road because we got a road and then woods on one side, and it's like a trail.
Yeah.
I backed them out, and they both got up on the road, and I missed duck hunting that morning.
Well,
because I went back to my truck. I got warm clothes. It was 19 degrees outside.
Ugh.
I went back to my truck. I got warm clothes for the dad because he was freezing to death. And I was a cop at this time, and it kicked in on me.
Yeah.
But I went back. I got everything, got him all warm, put him in the heater, got him warm. The son, he was just kind of standing there like he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to say. He didn't know what to do. It just stunned him.
I mean, I can only
and that's
imagine.
all because, it's all because of one guy that cares more about ducks than he does life.
Which I don't get, man.
And I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing bad about duck hunting. I hope everybody goes duck hunting. It's a fun sport if you do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I like that. Like I said, I've seen a handful of videos on it, and I mean, like you said, I can't even imagine what the sound of that is, and just it looked dangerous as hell when I was watching a YouTube video.
I stood at my truck. At 4 a.m. in the morning time, and I'd say I was probably at least 100 yards from the water. When they took off, my feet was vibrating.
Like being at the start-finish line at a NASCAR race.
Right.
I was standing on dry ground.
Yeah.
They was in the water and took off, and I felt my feet vibrate.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's how many boats took off at one time, and every one of them went from 0 miles an hour to full acceleration.
Yeah, exactly. God, it's crazy. We walk in.
I'm not gonna the guy. Now I want to take this back here. Anybody that comes on this giveaway hunt with us, if you get to come on a giveaway hunt with us, you will not be in any kind of boat races like that.
No.
I won't do it. I will not put you in that situation. I won't put anybody in that situation. What we're going to do, we're going to go down there. We're going to shoot birds. We're going to have a good time. We're going to eat more duck than you probably going to eat in 6 months. But we're going to have fun.
Sounds fun to me.
Yep.
I can't wait. So once again, just to kind of recap that 4K, I think that's an excellent transition. So go out, and for every $5 you spend on the website, get you an entry into the giveaway, and that will be announced. Just follow Take 'em Waterfowl Co. Take 'em Fowl Co. Sorry, I don't know why I want to say Waterfowl Co. I've got water on my brain.
I heard that.
Take 'em Fowl Co. On Instagram, and just pay attention, just watch, and it'll be announced when they come out, and announce that, and hopefully you win, because I think it'll be awesome. To experience Arkansas duck hunting is once in a lifetime, so I hope it's me. That's what I hope. But
Hey, I want to say one thing. Go buy something, and it might be you.
absolutely, that's it, right? That's all you got to do.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
All you got to do.
Christmas is coming up, man. Think early, think ahead often.
Exactly.
You know, get ahead of your shopping. I'm sure you got somebody in your family who could use a pretty cool hat or T-shirt or a new duck call or something.
Yeah, you. I know. Probably 90% of you got a wife or a girlfriend or something. Hey, we'll sell you a pink hat. Ain't no
Absolutely,
problem.
no doubt. Or send your wife or girlfriend to them.
Christmas is right around the corner, so there you go.
Yeah, right.
Just think about it this way. You know, you go buy your cousin or your nephew or your dad or your uncle a pretty cool hat and a pretty cool shirt, or a duck call or a lanyard or whatever, and you know they're happy. You know, our giveaway comes around and you get picked to go on a duck hunt because you bought somebody a gift. I mean, that's pretty good right there.
That's karma coming full circle.
They're really going to be excited. They're really going to be excited when they get to
go with you.
Go on that hunt. Go on that hunt with you after you get the gift. They're really going to be excited.
Yeah, that's a two. That's what they refer to as a twofer, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna film it. It'll be filmed, so after all the editing and stuff is done, you know, you'll have a video you can show all your buddies.
I think that's awesome.
And be like, hey, we went on this hunt with Take 'em Falco in Arkansas.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And we're also going to be filming that hunt with that country singer also.
I think that'll be cool as well. That'll be a neat video to see. So.
Yeah, we're gonna do a big film. It'll be on our YouTube channel. We haven't started the YouTube channel, but we're gonna use that to start our YouTube channel.
Sure.
It'll be about a 20 to 30 minute video, man. I'm kind of basing it off of a TV show, kind of like an episode on the Outdoor Channel. So we'll film from loading the truck up till we get to Arkansas, sitting around the fire, you know, cooking. The whole hunt, and it's gonna be a pretty good film. It'll be on our YouTube channel.
We might even get some slinging. We might even get some slinging in that video.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm hoping so. I mean, he is a country singer now.
I'm sure.
Well, hey, he's a country singer, and my wife sings, so we're just gonna put them together, and we're just gonna sit back and record.
There you go. That's the way. Always be recording, right? That's what they say.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Well,
but it's gonna be a fun hunt. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna shoot some birds. I got some property we're gonna be taking him on, and the property that we're going on with him is right in a flyway. It keeps birds about 90% of the year. Only time it don't have birds is when it's froze up. The guys are gracious enough to let Take 'em Falco bring him in and hunt right here.
Yeah.
They don't let nobody hunt this. They pay big money to hunt this. Mm-hmm. And I actually met up with him. I've known him just about my whole life. Anyways, I went up to him. I talked to him. I talked to his dad. They're the landowners of it, and both of them said, "Absolutely, bring your team on. Let's go in and smash some ducks and have a good time."
Yeah.
We can do that now. We can do that with him. We can do that with anybody.
Yeah.
And that's what I was getting at there. If we can do that with him, I can do that with anybody. If y'all want to go kill birds, just contact us. Yeah. Get in on this giveaway. I'm going to put you on some birds. Or Austin, he's going to put you on some birds. Somebody here is going to put you on some birds. We know where birds are. That's what we do. That's what our business is. It's a waterfowl business.
Yeah. You guys know
we
ducks.
we know where the birds are, and we got. Now I don't want to leave our guys out of this. We have 20 right now. We have got 23 pro staff. Every one of them is doing a fantastic job, and every one of them eat, breathe, and sleep duck hunting. If you have any kind of questions, if something happens, you can't contact me or you can't contact Austin. You can always contact one of our pro staff. You'll find them on Instagram. I promise you, if you'll see posts on there. But they're all of them great guys. Every one of them know everything about us, the ins and outs about us, and we're going to be hunting with them.
Yeah.
So you never know. You might get to go on a hunt with us and go to Oklahoma or Texas or Missouri or Kansas or something. You never know.
You got to keep your options open. That's the way to be, So.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Well,
now I didn't want to leave them guys out because them guys are doing a fantastic job for taking Falco.
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly. And that's why I brought Corey on. I've had a few guys running my at the beginning, I did it all by myself. All the way down to the hats and shipping. Me and my wife, like I said, she owns an embroidery business, so we make all of our hats ourselves. We box them ourselves. We ship them out. All of our shirts, we don't make our shirts, but we are the people who make our shirts are a family-owned business. Our duck calls are made by an active guy that's in the military. We're all family-owned. Everything that has to do with our business is family-owned. Like I said, all the way down to the hat. My wife makes all the hats, and we believe in that hard work. Like I said, from the hats to the hunts. Like we everything I have is dedicated to this business, and then that's why I hired Corey on. One, because he was my buddy, and two, because he knows the ins and outs. And I couldn't do it by myself. And I asked Corey. I said, "Hey man, I need somebody to run my pro staff," and he was the guy to do it because. I tell you what, them guys blow my phone up, and I love it. I love it. They're talking all day long. One guy just proposed, and he was telling us about right before he proposed, hey, man, I'm about to propose. Wish me luck. We talk all day, every day. We share pictures. We share everything with each other.
No
Taking
doubt.
Falco is it's a big family, man. We're all family-owned. We're good people.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody everybody realizes that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We're all family here. I tell you right now, you ain't going to just go out and find your average Joe and stick him on pro staff and he start telling you about his life the very next day. You ain't going to do it.
Yeah. No doubt.
These guys that I have on our pro staff right now are 110% pro staff members. They know what they're doing. They do it right. And man, we have a blast. I can't even tell you what goes on this group chat that we have. we have a blast on there.
It's a lot of fun.
And it might be making fun of one guy, but at the end of the day, after we get done making fun of him, guess what? He's still in our family.
Yeah, no doubt. That's how you know somebody likes you.
Yeah, we all have fun. We all joke around. And, man, like I said, it's a business, and we're running it, and we're doing it right.
Yes, sir. Well.
And I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for Austin.
Sure.
I couldn't tell you how much he's done for me. And I'm going to say one thing about Austin, and this is all I'm going to say, and then we can do whatever y'all want to do. But everybody knows Hurricane Harvey come through, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was right where it made contact when it made landfall. That's where I lived at. I lost about 90% of my stuff. If it wasn't for Austin, my 15-month-old daughter wouldn't have had diapers. She wouldn't have had clothes. She wouldn't have had nothing. Everything that she had, plus a couple beds that we had, is gone. And Austin sacrificed, worked, everything that he was doing, drove 9.5 hours to me without me knowing, and brought me a truckload of just everything.
Wow.
If it wasn't for Austin, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Austin is, I'm telling you, he's a great guy. If y'all ever get to meet him, y'all need to go meet him.
Oh, for sure.
But he's helped me out, and he's helped my wife out, and his wife also. Yeah, his wife, don't let me leave her out, because she made my wife some stuff doing embroidering or something, whatever she does, and she made shirts for my daughter.
Wow. That's pretty cool. You know, that's, like I said, that's the kind of family that you want to be a part of right there.
But
Yeah, he's a good
Sure.
dude. I would do it for anybody.
Absolutely. Well, I say I feel like we covered a bunch. Make sure you go out and check them out. Enter the drawing, and hit these guys up on Instagram or via email if you've got any questions or want to try to go out on a hunt with them. I think this is going to be a cool duck season for us. I think it's going to be a good one. I think we're going to have with all this water we've got in Texas, I think it's going to be cold, and I'm looking forward to seeing some good duck hunting.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Yes, sir. Well, all right.
it's I want to say one last word. It's grind time, guys. Let's do this.
Absolutely. I agree, So,
It starts in 3 weeks, and it'll be nonstop for 60 days.
yes, sir. I agree.
Absolutely. Our hashtag this season is no days off.
I like
No
it.
days off.
No days off. So if you're out there and you're not taking a day off, then make sure you use that hashtag. So,
Absolutely.
all right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on the podcast, and you guys, I'm sure, are going to be pretty regular guests. I know we're going to do some tips of the week as we go through duck season. So stay tuned for that. If you are a regular subscriber, if you're brand new, then we're going to have tips of the week from the Take 'em guys, and those will be coming out on the next podcast, the next couple podcasts. So everybody, stay tuned, and thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, appreciate it, really.
Thank y'all.